Daddy, I think there's a monster in the attic.
I gave my daughter a tired smile. It was the best that I could do at this point. She'd been doing this for weeks now. Every night, I come and tuck her in, switch the nightlight on, and kiss her goodnight when she would pull the blanket tight under her chin and tell me about the monster living in the attic of our house. Eyes wide, lips quivering, she would shake her little head furiously and insist that she could not possibly go to sleep until I got up and checked. It wouldn't matter how much I tell her that it's just all in her head, and that monsters aren't real. If I don't check the attic, she'd wake up screaming and crying just past midnight, every single time. It's not like her fears were completely baseless though, as we had all been hearing odd skittering noises coming from up there at night. Probably rats. No monster is that light-footed.
Please, Daddy, could you go and check?
She whispered, afraid that the thing upstairs would eavesdrop and get mad at her request. Okay, I replied. There was no harm in indulging this little quirk of hers for at least a little longer. After all, the day when she would stop asking me to check for monsters and slam the door shut in my face wasn't all that far away. I just wished it wasn't the attic though. Why can't the damn thing live in a closet like a normal monster? Like a bored robot carrying out its daily task, I trudged out of her room, yawning as I reached the attic door, before sliding the ladder down and climbing up, one rickety rung at a time. I popped my head into the cramped space, slipped my phone out of my pocket, and turned on its flashlight. Motes of dust shivered in the pale glow cast by the phone, which illuminated the attic. Cardboard boxes covered in tattered rags, my wife's old easel, and some broken furniture filled up the tiny attic. But no monsters. "All right, honey," I said after coming back down to my daughter's room. "I've checked. No monsters again tonight. Maybe we'll find them tomorrow." She grinned, relieved.
Thank you, Daddy.
"Good night, love."
Good night.
Groaning and rubbing the crick in my neck, I entered our bedroom and plopped down onto the bed, belly first, mushing my face into the pillow.
Is Daddy back from fighting monsters?
My wife asked, slight mirth dancing in a tired voice. I grunted. Yup. Kicked its little ass and sent it scurrying back to hell. She chuckled and then turned over to the other side, her back facing me. I shut my eyes and got ready to go to sleep, when I was rudely interrupted by the critters in the attic, skidding around like kids hopped up on candy. The damn bastards with their little rat paws slapping against the wooden flooring of the attic.
Babe, you really need to get rid of those rats.
I nodded, then realized she couldn't see me. Yeah, tomorrow.
You've been saying that for a while now. They're really starting to irritate me.
Yeah, I'll get it done. Tomorrow. She sighed and shrugged her shoulders. Soon, her breathing slowed down as she fell asleep. I wanted to follow her into the dream world, but my stiff neck wouldn't allow me to do so. I tossed and turned before finally realizing I would have to lie on my back if I were to have any shot at catching some sleep. And I hated doing that. I hadn't slept on my back in ages, but the ache in my neck forced me. And then that damn skittering again. Damn. I rubbed my forehead, wiggled my shoulders and opened my eyes, and saw what had been making that noise for all those weeks. Up on the ceiling, I spotted a figure, white but hidden by the dark. I froze. What the hell? It shifted, and there was that sound again, like claws scratching wood. My heart beat faster and my body erupted in sweat. What the hell? What the hell? Hands trembling, I reached for my phone and gently swung it around, shining the light on the figure on the ceiling. The light fell upon a face. It was an old woman, dressed in white, leering down at me, her fingers digging into the wood of the ceiling. I gasped, and the grinning woman turned and crawled out of the room, moving across the ceiling, before disappearing into the hallway outside. I jumped out of the bed and ran out into the hallway, letting my eyes scan each and every inch of all the walls outside. But there was no one there. It was like she had disappeared. I would have almost believed that I had dreamt it all up, if I hadn't noticed the long claw marks on the ceiling and felt my stomach drop. And that's when I finally understood that for all those weeks that we had been hearing those sounds, it wasn't some rats skittering around. It was that woman looking down on our sleeping bodies, watching, grinning.